Just days after winning the Stanley Cup, the Panthers' top player is out. No one expected what came next. A serious injury, surgery, and now months off the ice. It all happened fast. From hero to hospital, Matthew Tkachuk's story took a big turn. And it's not good news for Florida. Matthew Tkachuk is one of the top players for the Florida Panthers. This summer, after helping his team win the Stanley Cup, he shared something important. He said he was badly hurt. The team said he tore his groin muscle. He also had a sports hernia. Both problems were on the same side of his body. He said the injury happened in February. That was during the Four Nations face-off. He missed the rest of that tournament. Then the team put him on the injury list in March. He didn't play any more regular season games after that. Even with the injury, he came back to play in the playoffs. That started in April. In his first game back, he scored 2 power play goals and had 1 assist. That game was against the Tampa Bay Lightning. During the whole playoffs, Tkachuk played 23 games. He scored 8 goals and gave 15 assists. His total of 23 points was tied for the most on the Panthers. One of his goals helped win the Stanley Cup in Game 6. After the playoffs ended, doctors checked him again. They said he needed surgery. The Panthers announced that he would be out until after Christmas. That means he will miss the first part of the 2025-26 season. The team's first game is on October 5th against the Chicago Blackhawks. He won't play in that game. A normal recovery from this kind of injury takes 4 to 6 months. The team says they want him to fully heal. They will give him as much time as he needs. Tkachuk talked about the injury after the season. He said, "I wouldn't be here without the trainers and the doctors. I owe those guys. This cup is because of them for me." Panthers coach Paul Maurice said, "He was a mess. That's the medical term." He meant that Tkachuk was hurt very badly. Because Tkachuk is on the long-term injured list, his $9.5 million salary will not count against the team's salary cap. This gives the Panthers more room to pay other players while he is recovering. Tkachuk first felt the injury in the Four Nations face-off tournament. He missed the final minutes of a game against Sweden. Later, in March, he stopped playing in the NHL regular season. The Panthers gave him time to rest. Even with the injury, he returned in the playoffs. He helped the Panthers win big games. But after the season, it was clear that the injury got worse. That's when the doctors said surgery was needed. The Panthers want him to be strong again before he plays. They hope he can return in January. The team will now rely on other players. Brad Marchand, Sam Bennett, and Aaron Ekblad are expected to take bigger roles. These players will lead the team while Tkachuk is away. Sports websites like Aftonbladet, Yahoo Sports, and NHL.com all reported the injury and surgery news. They said it is a major loss for the Panthers, but they also said the team is focused on helping Tkachuk recover fully. Nick Kypreos from Sportsnet said, "Tkachuk may require surgery and could be out through the Christmas break." He also said the team will not rush him back too soon. The Panthers are still strong, but they will miss Tkachuk. He was a key part of their championship team. Now, the team will play many games without him. During the 2025 playoffs, Tkachuk was one of the Panthers' best players. He helped them win with big. Injury is one of the biggest news stories in hockey this summer. It happened just weeks after the team won the Stanley Cup. Tkachuk's dad, Keith Tkachuk, also played in the NHL. He played over 1,200 games. Now, his son is one of the top stars in the league. Before the injury, Matthew Tkachuk had 90 points in 57 games during the 2024-25 regular season. He was one of the top scorers in the NHL. Now, fans must wait to see him play again. The team is hoping he will be ready sometime in 2026. Doctors will watch his recovery closely. The Panthers have not said exactly when he will have surgery. Until then, the team must adjust. They will play many games without their star forward. They must find new ways to score and win. The Panthers used the long-term injured list to help manage their team money. Many hockey fans are surprised by this news. They saw Tkachuk play in the playoffs and didn't know how badly he was hurt. Now, they understand what he went through. Doctors say players with this kind of injury should take their time to heal. If they come back too soon, the injury could get worse. Matthew Tkachuk is known for his hard-playing style. He hits hard, skates fast, and scores big goals. That kind of play can lead to injuries like the one he has now. The Panthers are watching his progress. They will give updates when there is news. Right now, they say he will be out through the holiday break. This is not the first time a hockey player played through pain, but the news shows just how serious Tkachuk's injury really is. Tkachuk's injury and the upcoming surgery are among the top NHL stories of the summer. The Panthers still have a strong team, but without Tkachuk, things will be different. His return will be one of the most watched events in the NHL season. The Panthers' next season begins in October, but fans will have to wait longer to see number 19 back on the ice.
As you said, yeah, it's only been a couple days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes. But there's no rush.
Connor McDavid told reporters he wasn't in a rush to talk contracts. Now, weeks later, there's been nothing. With the team in offseason limbo and big names signing elsewhere, McDavid's silence now speaks louder than ever. The Oilers are waiting. The fans are waiting. But the captain still isn't saying anything. McDavid's silence is now a problem. And this silence could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He is one of the best hockey players in the world. McDavid has played his whole NHL career in Edmonton since the team picked him first in the 2015 NHL Draft. His current contract is an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That deal ends in July 2026. Right now, McDavid still has 1 year left on that contract. He will be allowed to sign a new deal starting on July 1st, 2025. If he does not sign, he becomes a free agent in 2026. That means any team in the league could offer him a deal. But so far, McDavid has not said if he will stay or leave. After the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup final to the Florida Panthers, reporters asked McDavid about his future. He answered, "It's only been a couple days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup, but there's no rush on anything like that." He also said, "If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That was the last time he spoke about it. McDavid's numbers this season were very strong. He had 74 assists in the regular season. He scored 33 points in 22 playoff games. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. His teammate Leon Draisaitl had the same playoff point total, but McDavid still hasn't said what he will do about his contract. The fans don't know. The team doesn't know. Other NHL teams are now watching closely. Stan Bowman is the general manager of the Oilers. He said, "He's the best player in the league, most important player in the league. He's our captain. He's our leader." Bowman said the team's #1 priority is to keep McDavid. He also said the contract talks will happen when McDavid is ready. But NHL free agency is already moving fast. Teams are signing players. The Oilers have to make choices about who to keep, who to sign, and how to build next season's team. But without knowing what McDavid wants, the team can't plan fully. That has caused a problem. If McDavid leaves, it could be a very big problem. The Oilers have made the playoffs 6 years in a row. They made the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row, but they lost both times. Some sports writers are saying McDavid might not want to wait much longer. If he doesn't think the team can win soon, he could decide to go somewhere else. Leon Draisaitl, McDavid's teammate and top scorer, signed a new deal last year. That deal is for 8 years and $112 million. If McDavid stays, he will likely make even more. Some reports say McDavid could become the highest-paid player in the league. But that would mean the team has less money to spend on other players. If McDavid stays quiet much longer, the Oilers could be forced to trade him. They won't want to lose him in free agency for nothing. That's why some experts are saying the team needs to know soon. One article said McDavid's silence is wrecking the Oilers' free agency plans. Jeff Jackson is the CEO of the Oilers. He also used to be McDavid's agent. He said the next season will help decide everything. The team will wait, but not forever. Other teams, like the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers, are already being mentioned as possible new homes for McDavid. Right now, every NHL team is watching. If McDavid doesn't say anything by the start of the season, the rumors will grow. Teams will begin making offers. Fans will keep asking questions. Even McDavid's teammates might start to worry. The Oilers had a record of 48 wins, 29 losses, and 5 overtime losses this past season. That was good enough to make the playoffs. They went all the way to the finals but lost to the Panthers in 6 games. McDavid led the team in assists and was one of the top playoff performers in the entire league. But now all of that is in the past. The team needs to know what comes next. Free agents are being signed by other teams. The Oilers can't wait forever. And yet, McDavid says nothing. The pressure is building.
I know people are going to look at that July 1 day and be looking to see if there's anything done. But for me, I'm just not in a rush that way.
Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.
Winning would be it's the most important thing. If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem.
Connor McDavid is one of the best hockey players in the world. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He has scored more than 100 points in many seasons. He has won the MVP award 3 times. He led the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. But on July 1st, the big story won't be about goals or assists. It will be about money, contracts, and something much bigger. McDavid signed his last contract in 2017. It was an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That means he has been making $12.5 million every year. This deal ends in 2026. But NHL rules say a player can start talking about a new contract 2 years before the old one ends. So on July 1st, 2025, McDavid will be allowed to sign a new deal. Most top players sign the longest deal possible. That's usually 8 years. It gives them more safety and helps the team plan for a long time. But this time, McDavid is expected to do something very different. Reporters say that McDavid might not want a long contract. Instead, he could ask for a shorter one, maybe just 4 years. Some people even say he could sign for only 2 or 3 years. This is something very few superstars have done. Why would McDavid want a short deal? The answer is the salary cap. The salary cap is the most money a team can spend on its players. This year, the cap is $88 million. Next year, it will go up to $97 million. In a few years, it might go even higher. If McDavid signs a short contract now, he can sign another one later when the cap is much bigger. That means he could make even more money. Other players have done this. Austin Matthews signed a 5-year deal in 2019. In 2023, he signed a 4-year deal. Leon Draisaitl just signed an 8-year deal for $112 million. But McDavid might want something shorter than all of them. Connor McDavid hasn't said much about his plans, but he did say this to NHL.com after the season. "I'm not in a rush to make any decision." He also said, "I need to do what's best for me and my family." These are clues that he is thinking very carefully. The Edmonton Oilers also know what's happening. Their new general manager, Stan Bowman, says he wants to keep McDavid. But McDavid said something important. He said, "If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That means he wants to be sure the team can keep winning. If McDavid signs a short deal, he will be a free agent again in 2029 or 2030. That means other teams will have a chance to try and sign him. Teams like the Maple Leafs, Panthers, Kings, and Flyers might all be watching. If McDavid becomes a free agent, they might try to get him. Experts are saying this could change how NHL contracts work. Sports writer Pierre LeBrun said, "There's a good chance McDavid will sign a shorter deal instead of an 8-year max one." ESPN's Greg Wyshynski said, "It's not just about money, it's about power and timing. Connor McDavid had another amazing season. In 2024 to 2025, he scored 100 points in 67 games. In the playoffs, he scored 33 points in 22 games. That was the most in the league. He was named playoff MVP, even though the Oilers lost in the finals. Because of his great numbers, McDavid is more valuable than ever. If he signs a short deal, he can sign again in a few years for a lot more money. Some people believe he could make over $18 million per year in his next deal. That would be the highest ever in NHL history. This kind of deal gives the player more power. Usually teams like long contracts, but short deals let players choose more often. They can pick better teams or wait for the salary cap to go up. That's why this is such a big deal. Right now, McDavid has a $12.5 million cap hit. If he signs again soon, that number could go way up. If he waits, it might go even higher. And that's why this decision is so important. It affects not just him, but the whole NHL. Some reporters say McDavid may take a deal with only 2 or 3 years. That would give him the chance to test the market again very soon. And if he wins a Stanley Cup in that time, he could leave Edmonton as a free agent and pick any team he wants. Connor McDavid's next contract could change everything. It might change how young players sign their first big deals. It might change how teams plan their future. And it might change how much money top stars can make. This is why so many people are watching July 1st. That's the day McDavid is allowed to start contract talks. If he signs a short deal, other players may copy him. That could mean big changes in the NHL's old contract system. And if McDavid does leave Edmonton in a few years, it could be one of the biggest moves in NHL history. Teams will spend a lot of money to get a player like him. But right now, the Oilers still have a chance to keep him. Whether he signs for 2 years, 4 years, or 8 years, McDavid is changing the game, not just on the ice, but at the contract table. He didn't need to say a lot. Just by thinking about a short deal, he has already made waves across the NHL. On July 1st, the hockey world will be watching because what Connor McDavid chooses to do next might change everything.